fascinating. Um,
Yeah, it reminds me of I don't know, the movie The Blue Lagoon. Do you remember that
oh,
one?
I haven't
1980s.
seen it. No,
How
it's
old are you, dude?
before my time. Uh, yeah,
Okay.
yeah, the 1980s are before me.
All
Um,
right.
but
It's
yeah,
relaxing
so
though.
okay, cool. I'll have to check it out. Julio, how's your day been?
Yeah, it's been great. I just came from work a couple of hours ago. I took a nap, and
Nice.
I'm ready to take some classes, and I don't know, maybe do some household chores.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Yeah, I just took a nap as well. I don't generally take naps, but it was nice. Um, and Julieta, how's it going with you?
It's okay, thanks.
All right. Um, hmm. And yeah, Julieta, what'd you do in between the past hour?
Just reading something.
All right, what'd you read?
Uh, uh, a play of an I don't know the English name.
What's the
Uh,
name in Italian?
uh, Sophocles.
Sophocles.
Yes, Sophocles. Okay.
Yeah, cool. Um, and what play?
Anti.
I'm not sure about the name.
Wait a
Could you
minute.
type it?
Just a second.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll come back to you then. Anna Carolina, how's it going?
Hi, Sasha. I'm fine. Thank you for asking.
Nice, good to hear. Um, and so Anna Carolina, what have you been up to today?
Um, well, I went to a place to to bring a factor. Oh, no, sorry. Oh my gosh. To bring a fake doctor note to finagle the day that I am doing the demonstration in order to avoid a retaliation or something like that.
Okay, nice. I guess that's good. Um, yeah, better safe than sorry, I suppose. Um, okay. And Carolina, welcome to class. Carolina, how's it going? Um,
Are
so
you,
Carolina, yeah,
hey, can you hear me now?
I can hear you now. That sounds much better than it sounded just a second ago. Um,
Okay.
yeah, how are you doing?
I'm doing great, and you?
I'm doing pretty well. Thank you for asking. Carolina, what have you done today?
Just worked.
Okay, so just work. Yeah, what do you do for a job? I don't remember.
I am a press advisor.
Cool. That's a interesting job, a press advisor.
Yeah.
Um, what does that entail exactly? What do you do as a press advisor? I can look it up on my own, but I guess if
Uh,
you want to tell me.
I work for an American company, and I am responsible for our Facebook page,
Uh-huh.
for dealing with press and for dealing with our social media content and all the subjects which have some relation with press, with announcements, or something like that.
Nice. Okay, cool. And Julieta, back to you, Julieta. So what was the play name?
Antigone.
Ah, Antigone. Um, cool. And how do you like it?
It's really nice.
Nice. Okay, you have like the strangest tastes that are just all over the place. It's kind of cool. Um, yeah, really disparate. But let's today's class. We're going to be talking about Benedict Arnold,
Joshua, I have a
about
question.
him. Yeah.
I can't hear, sorry.
What's up, Julio?
Oh yeah, sure. I heard you saying the idiom "better safe than sorry" a few minutes ago. So,
Yeah.
do you know the Spanish idiom? Do you know the Spanish? Because I know you're very good at Spanish. So, do you know the Spanish idiom "más
No,
vale
I don't.
prevenir que lamentar"?
Hmm?
No, I haven't heard that. So,
Mm,
Yeah. So,
que
I
curar.
just "más vale prevenir que curar." Yeah, it's
Uh-huh.
similar. Have you heard
Yeah,
that one?
I
So
haven't. That's a
you,
new one.
that's a new one? Oh. So I was gonna ask you if you think that you would say that this idiom is the English version of más vale prevenir que curar.
Hmm. Yeah, I'd say it's the same. Pretty much the same.
And would you say that
Ah.
this idiom is better safe than sorry? Is the same as teaching time saves nine? Or is there a difference?
It's sort of. Maybe it's not the same. Better safe than sorry. Better safe than sorry is a little bit different, but really similar. I guess it's just the idea that, yeah, sorry. I mean, we're not really talking about curing, right? Um, but I think the general idea is the same. Um, but yeah, I guess it's about prevention too. So yeah, I'd say just about the same. And why do you ask, Julio? Or just curiosity?
Oh, because I like to do like very small video podcasts where I take Spanish idioms and I translate them, or I find the American version of that idiom and I do like a small video explaining it. So
Awesome.
I did one with a Stitching Tanceps 9, and I thought that the Spanish version was Más vale prevenir que curar. But now that I heard you saying it's better safe than sorry, I think that fits much better.
I disagree. I think you're right. A Stitch in Time Saves Nine is a little bit closer. Um, Better safe than sorry is more common. So a Stitch in Time Saves Nine is like that's a really old one. So it's mostly for like people who are just older. Safe and sorry is more of a young idiom. But I think
Okay.
you're more accurate with what you were saying before, because you're talking about like preventing instead of curing. So stitch before something rips will save you 9 stitches after it rips, which is kind of like curing. So I think you were probably good the first time. Do you have a link to your podcast?
Sure, sure. I don't know if I can post it here. Is it
why
allowed?
not?
I don't know. Will I get kicked out? I don't
No,
know.
no, no, no. I think that's fine. I mean, that's Spanish. I don't think
Sure,
it's just on this
you
one.
can look me up as teacher
Teacher,
Julio, teacher Julio on YouTube.
Okay,
That's it.
cool.
You'll get there.
Perfect. I
teacher,
can't wait to see it. Yeah, what's up, Ana Carolina?
uh, would you allow me asking something to
Yeah.
Julio? In Portuguese, the idiom an apple never falls far from the tree is filho de peixe, peixinho é. Do you have a similar idiom in Spanish?
You will have to
Hijo de
trans.
peixe, hijo de
Uh-huh.
peixe es un pecito.
Oh yeah, we have one similar that is hijo de tigre pintito. That is like the son of a tiger. It's I don't know, it has spots or stripes, something like that.
Yeah.
Hijo de tigre pintito, yeah.
Do you speak Portuguese, Joshua?
I can read Portuguese better than I can speak it. Pero eu falo um pouco de português.
Oh, nice.
Nice, nice.
Yeah, I'm trying. Um, But all right, let's get into today's class. That's really cool, though,
Let's speak in Portuguese.
guys. Good
Teacher, you blushed.
at do sayings. Huh?
You blushed. Your cheeks are red.
Uh, Asma, how's it going? Asma, can you hear me? Okay, maybe in a second. Start out with class. Julio, can you read the title in the next? Actually, let's go with Carolina. Carolina, can you read the title in the next few lines?
Okay, history, Benedict Arnold. Today we will learn new vocabulary, learn about Benedict Arnold's treason, discuss the American Revolution, discuss the idea of betrayal.
Nice. Okay, really good. And I think we're good here. Let's go on to the next page, and let's have Carolina. Can you ask Ana Carolina the first question? Sorry, Carolina, can you ask Ana Carolina the first question?
Okay, Ana Carolina, what do you know about the American Revolution?
Well, um, the American Revolution was a political upheaval um, that took place in the 17th, uh, and they I guess uh, some members of American colonial society reject the authority of the British Parliament. I'm sorry, I said 17th, but uh, oh my gosh, I mean 17 something, you know, maybe 70, 60, um, and um, they reject the British monarchy, right, teacher?
Yeah. Back to the British monarchy. Really good. And so yeah, it was 1775 to
I'm
17.
sorry, but I'm not good at remembering dates.
No, I mean you did a good job for even getting it in the 1700s. If you'd asked me, um, you know, when uh, Brazil gained independence, I would have no idea, um, which is kind of embarrassing. But yeah, really good job though. That's exactly what it was. Really good words too. Upheaval. That's fantastic. Does anybody have any questions about this? Any questions here?
What does upheaval mean?
Good. Ana Carolina, can you explain?
Yes, it means turmoils. Uh, when something suddenly disrupted something else, you know. Um, turmoils, turbulence.
Yeah. Um, yeah, I'd say that's really good. Turmoil, turbulence, disruption. A good way to think about it might be um, so something on the bottom coming up. So it's not always like that, but if you've got like a stratified society, so you've got like the lower class, the middle class, and an upper class, and this is just for example, this is a common use for upheaval. We get the lower classes trying to go up. So they're pushing up. So to heave is like to push. Um, and so they're pushing upheaval. Does that make sense, Julieta?
Mm-hmm.
No. But yeah, generally it's turmoil, disruption, turbulence. When anything from the bottom goes up, but really any sort of movement. Um, any other questions?
Can I have a movement on something else?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
A moment of something else?
A movement.
Yeah. So a movement of something.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Sort of. Yeah. But I think turmoil, disruption, turbulence is really good explanation. Ana Carolina, can you ask Julio the next question?
Sure. Julio, do you have any infamous, which means well known for a bad quality or did figures, figures, figures in your country? Could you? Yes.
Oh yeah, sure. One of a famous figure, and famous figure will be Joaquin El Chapo Guzman, which was one of the drug lords in Mexico. He became so rich, like smuggling drugs, that he actually appeared in the Forbes magazine, and he was well known for being a vicious and cruel um, mafia or mob boss, and he used to decapitate his enemies and stick or uh, throw the heads to the into the relatives' houses, and even he would be famous for recording himself playing soccer with the heads of his victims. Really crazy guy.
Clearly. That's unbelievable. I did not know that about El Chapo. Um, yeah, that's a good one though. Uh, okay. Really good grammar. Looks good. I wouldn't change really anything. Not viscous. Vicious. Yeah, right, vicious. And Ana Carolina, can you repeat deed and figures?
Sure. Did figures.
Nice, figures.
Joshua, what
Yes.
does did mean?
Uh, uh, explain, what does deed mean? Any ideas?
A deed is I had the exact synonym, but a deed is like something that you do that is considered like out of the ordinary, like a journey or something like that. There was a word there. I forgot. An action.
Yeah, action. So if you're talking about like good deeds, it's a really common use of the word. So like good actions, nice things that you've done. Um, so good deeds, bad deeds. So if you talk about like morality or theology, come up across the word deed a lot. Um, yeah. And Asma, welcome back. Asma, how's it going? Still nothing. All right. And does anybody have any questions here? Okay. Julieta, can you read the title in the next few lines?
Vocabulary. Read the
Words.
words and ask about words you don't know. Traitor, rebellion, commission, defect, obtain, merchant, in debt, bitter, scheme.
Nicely done. Really good job with defect. because there are two pronunciations of that. We'll get to that in a second. Indebted. Indebted.
Indebted.
Good. Do you know the other pronunciation of this word, defect?
Defect.
Yeah, exactly. So what's a defect, Julieta?
A defect is a defect of production, maybe. Um,
Okay, so a defect in production?
mhm.
Yeah. And I guess could you explain it a little bit better?
Is when it is when something doesn't work properly because it is it is I don't know the word to say.
Because yeah, so something doesn't work properly because it was not made well, or it has an inherent problem.
Mhm.
So yeah, that would be a defect, something that's like wrong with something. So that's a noun.
An
And
imperfection.
an imperfection, yeah. Thanks. And what about to defect? What's that mean?
To defect means to abandon.
Yeah. Generally, we're talking about like an army or something.
Mhm.
Um, so yeah, if you defect from the army, yeah, you abandon it. Really good job. Does anybody have any questions about any of these other words? Any other questions? All right. Let's have Carolina. Can you make a sentence with indebted?
Indebted. Um, um, the Brazilian bank is indebted with um, EMF, IMF,
With IMF. Okay.
IMF.
We use a different preposition here.
Two?
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
And I don't know what's IMF.
IMF is in, International Monetary Fund.
Yeah, and so it is. Okay, interesting. Um, yeah, indebted is a really difficult word. Um, but good. Okay, yeah, perfect, Carolina. And I think we're good. Maybe commission. Asma, are you there? Okay. Ana Carolina, can you make a sentence with commission?
Yes. Um, Hold on. Let me think. Um, okay. His commission to redesign the building.
Is commissioned to what?
He designed the building. No, let me think of something else. Um, my gosh. Um, in, should I use it as a noun or as a verb?
You could use it as either. It's up to you.
Um, okay. Uh, uh, in the USA, a new $5 million production line was commissioned at the new company facility. No, teacher.
Yeah. Okay. U.S. a new $5 million production line. Maybe product line. would probably be better. Yeah, and that would work. So the product line was commissioned at the new facility in the U.S. And that works. Yeah, it's a tricky word because it has a lot of different meanings. Like you can have a military commission, which is just pretty much like a job in the military. A commission could be like an instruction, um, like an order. Yeah, so it's a couple different things. But yeah, really well done, all you guys. Let's skip that and let's read this quotation. Yeah, that's also another one from Julio. So slightly different. So working on sales commissions, um, which is just a percentage of the sales that you make, is the money that you are commissioned. Again, a little bit different than what we're using here, but that's fine. We'll see it in the reading, and so that might help clear it up if there are any lingering questions. Where are we? Julio, can you read the quotation?
Who, teacher?
You, Julio, if you can.
Oh, sorry.
No worries.
A traitor is a betrayer, one who practices injury while professing friendship. Benedict Arnold was a traitor, solely because while professing friendship for the American cause, he attempted to injure it, an open enemy. However, criminal in other respects, is not traitor. Lindsay Spooner. Lysander Spooner?
Yeah, Lysander Spooner, I'd say. Lysander. It's a tough name, though. Okay, yeah, really good job. Good pronunciation. And Julieta, what do you think about this quotation? What do you think she thinks of traitors? Or he. I'm not sure if that's a female name or a man name.
He thinks that a traitor is someone who, um, from a side, keep um, the friendship of someone, and then he mm, would stab his shoulder.
And then would stab, not his shoulder.
His back.
Mm-hmm. Okay. And so, yeah, what does he think the difference is between an open enemy and a traitor is, and which do you think he thinks is worse?
The worst is the traitor because it is sneaky.
Yeah, okay.
The other one is someone who is an enemy and you know it is an enemy.
Yeah, I think that's perfect. Yeah, and I think that's good. Pretty clear quotation. Does anybody have any questions on it? All right. Let's do a little bit of reading, and let's start with Carolina. Can you read the first paragraph here?
Okay. Benedict Arnold was a general during the American Revolutionary War who originally fought for the American Continental Army but defected to the British Army. While a general on the American side, he obtained command of fortifications at West Point, New York, overlooking the cliffs at the Hudson River, upriver from British-occupied New York City, and planned to surrender it to the British forces. After the plan was exposed in September 78, he was commissioned into the British Army as a brigadier general.
Good. Did a really nice job. A
Hmm.
couple things. Uh, the first one being general.
General.
Close. Just 2 syllables here. General.
Uh, general. General.
General.
Okay, general.
Yeah, one more time.
General.
General.
General. Okay, general.
Yeah, and we want to emphasize just the first syllable, so it sounds like general.
General.
Mm-hmm. Well done.
Mm,
It's a tricky one. Those silent
yeah.
syllables. Command.
Command.
Uh-huh. And
Command.
fortifications.
Fortifications.
Nice. Hudson.
Hudson.
Occupied.
Occupied.
Occupied. Forces.
Occupied. Forces.
Army.
Army.
Well done.
Okay.
Okay. Any questions in that paragraph? Okay. Ana Carolina, can you read the next a little bit?
Born in Connecticut, Arnold was a merchant operating ships on the Atlantic Ocean. When the war broke out in 1775, after joining the growing army outside Boston, he distinguished himself through acts of intelligence and bravery.
Nice. Okay. Good. Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Close. Connecticut. Connecticut.
Connecticut.
No, this is one of the strangest words. Don't even look at the word because you're gonna get it wrong. Look up here. Connecticut. Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Connecticut.
Connecticut.
Uh-huh.
Teacher.
It's a tricky one. It doesn't
Yeah.
look like how it's spelled. Merchant. Merchant.
Merchant.
Yeah, merchant. Really good job with that,
Merchant.
like, swallowed T sound. You did a great job with that, merchant. And then again with Atlantic. It's got that swallowed T sound, so Atlantic. Atlantic.
Oh, Atlantic.
Close. Atlantic. Atlantic.
Atlantic.
Yeah, Atlantic. It sounds odd to say Atlantic.
Mm,
It's just a little bit excessive. The correct way
okay.
of saying it, but
Atlantic.
Atlantic is it.
Atlantic.
Okay. But good. Okay. And I think we're good. Does anybody have any questions here? All right. And and let's have Julio. Can you read the first part?
Sure. Despite Arnold's successes, he was passed over for promotion by the Continental Congress, while other officers claimed credit for some of his accomplishments. Adversaries in military and political circles brought charges of corruption or other malfeasance,
Nice.
but most but most often he was acquitted no acquitted in informal inquiries. Congress investigated his accounts and found he was indebted to Congress after spending much of his own money on the war effort.
Nice. Okay. Well done. Some difficult words here. Really good job with malfeasance. Adversaries.
Adversaries,
Adversaries. Acquitted.
acquitted,
Hmm? Inquiries.
inquiries,
Yeah, inquiries.
inquiries.
Well done. Okay. Any questions on this first part?
Um, what is malfeasance?
Yeah, malfeasance. Does anybody know?
Malfeasance. Malfeasance. Okay.
Any ideas?
Well, I really don't know, but it definitely sounds
Other
like something bad.
something that
Yeah.
accusation, something wrongdoing. Okay.
So yeah, um, wrongdoing, something bad that you've done. Um, generally, you're talking about like politicians, I'd say, maybe military, politics, stuff like that is where you'd use malfeasance. Tricky word though. Good. Any other questions?
Yeah,
Okay.
acquitted is like, um, I don't know, like he was responsible, something like
No,
that.
actually, quite the opposite. Julieta, what's acquitted mean?
He was free.
Yeah, so freed, proven innocent.
Mm-mm.
Yeah. So think of like the verb to quit. He was acquitted of charges. So people stopped, charging him with those things. To some extent. It might be an easy way to remember it.
That's good.
Julieta, can you read the next part?
Frustrated and bitter this, as well the alliance with France and failure of Congress to accept Britain's 1778 proposal to grant full self-governance in the colonies, Arnold decided to change sides and opened a secret negotiation with the British. In July 1780 was given command of the fort at West Point.
Yeah, there should be a he. Um, but good. Alliance.
Alliance.
Uh-huh. And negotiations.
Negotiations.
Yeah, just get that Z at the end. But well done. Okay. And Carolina, can you try the last part here?
Um, Ar- Arnold's scheme to surrender the fort to the British was exposed when American forces captured British Major John Andre, carrying papers that revealed the plot. Upon learning of Andre's capture, Arnold fled down the Hudson, the
Good.
Hudson, the Hudson River to the British war ship Vulture, narrowly avoiding capture by the forces of George Washington, who had been alerted to the plot.
Well done. The only thing I really saw was exposed. Exposed.
Exposed, exposed,
Yeah, nice. Exposed.
exposed.
Good job, and good correction of Hudson. Does anybody have any questions here? All right, well done. And all right, do some questions. Carolina, can you ask Ana Carolina the first question?
Uh-huh. Ana Carolina, why did Benedict Arnold switch sides in the Revolutionary War?
Because
Why do you think? Okay. Why do
okay,
you?
because first uh, he was accused of corruption, but he wasn't guilty, and then he was indebted to the to the gosh teacher to the Congress. Yes, because he spent a lot of money in the war, and then
Maybe instead of saying because he spent a lot of money, even though
even
he spent a
though
lot of
even
money.
though even though and then um, he decided to switch sides because he was offended, bitter, and it was a kind of revenge.
Hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. I think that's great. there's also a small part that he thought that, what is it? Um, he was bitter. Yeah, he was mad that Congress didn't accept the proposal for full self-governance. He thought that was a good idea. So instead of splitting completely, he's like, yeah, full self-governance would be good. But exactly, Anna Carolina, really, really good memory. Good job. Good grammar, too. Anna, can you ask Julio
Sure,
then?
sorry, I
Yeah,
have a question. Um, about even though. So there you have two sentences connected. Then he was indebted to Congress, and then you have he spent a lot of money on the war. So what I understand is that if you need to, you want to use even though, then those must be contrasting sentences. Like for example, I'm thin even though I don't exercise.
yeah.
In this case, I don't see that they are contrasting each other, but they are, I think one is causing the other.
Not quite, actually. So,
Um, can I say something?
yeah,
He spent money uh, for the country,
yeah.
so he shouldn't own the the Congress.
I get it. So I guess I should be paying more attention to the reading.
That's okay. That's a really tricky one. It didn't explain it very well. So, what happened was that he was a merchant before the war. He ended up spending a lot of his own money on the war effort. Um, but after, the war was going on for a while, he used his position in the army to make a lot of money, to make more money. So he spent a lot of his money, then he had this position, he's like, I'm going to make it back. And so Congress was like, well, you can't do that because you have this position. So you have to pay us some of this money that you're making because you have this position. Does that make
Mm,
sense?
sure, sure.
Okay.
Yes, it does.
This is a little bit of a tricky situation. Uh, Ana Carolina, can you ask Julio the next question?
Sure. Julio, was Benedict Arnold in good standing with the military before his defection? Explain.
To to be honest, Hannah, I have no idea. Honestly, these kinds of readings like revolutionary history, just like they are not my cup of tea. So I got like
Okay.
lost in the middle of the plot. But
Nice.
you can
That's
help
fine.
me out. You can help me out, and I'm pretty sure you understood everything.
Um, okay, can I, teacher,
Yeah, go
give
for
it
it.
a give it a shot? No, he wasn't. Because um, someone, uh, the plot warned. Um, gosh, um, he was captured. Right, teacher? Sorry, sorry.
No, don't be sorry. I think this is the question that's really ambiguous. So
He
it
was
could be that
he was captured,
he was not
wasn't?
captured.
Mm,
He actually got
No,
away. No.
but it was written there. Could you
mm.
could
Scroll
you?
up.
Yes. Um.
So Andres?
Oh, okay. Sorry.
No, don't worry. Their names are pretty similar. Um, so yeah, what happened was that some people thought that he was doing a poor job, but because he got like the idea, he got West Point. He was given the command. You know that he wasn't in terrible standing. He was in okay standing. So there are a lot of good things and a lot of bad things. This is pretty much it. And I'm going to skip this last question so we can do this. Julieta, can you read both of these roles?
Benedict Arnold, talk about your plan. Ask for advice. And Peggy Shippen,
Hmm.
his wife, Give your husband advice.
Nice. And Julieta, will you be my Benedict Arnold for the beginning?
Okay. Uh, I'm thinking, my dear wife, to do something. I'm fed up with the congressman. I'm losing a lot of money. I don't think I will do what they expect from me.
Nice. And Anna Catalina, how would you respond?
Oh, my dear, I wish I could help you, but I, I don't understand anything about Congress and war and stuff like that. Uh, I wanna buy a new dress. Could you, could you lend me some money?
To buy a new dress, could you lend me some money? And Julio, how'd you respond?
Oh, my love. Don't you see that I'm in distress? I don't know what to do with my life. God has abandoned me. And you are here just asking me for money to buy a dress? What a selfish woman you are. Get off my face.
Get out of. Not a selfish. Uh, yeah, so we did get out of.
Get out of? Okay.
Get out of my face. Um, Julieta, how'd you respond?
Listen to me, sweetheart. I don't want to lose my privilege because of your actions.
I don't want to lose my privilege. Okay. And Ana Carolina, Benedict?
I am beyond stressed out, woman,
Oh,
and you've been making you've been making it even worse for me. You are so futile.
you're futile.
Futile. Sorry, teacher.
No, it depends on your pronunciation, depending on where you are too. Futile,
You are so futile.
futile.
Futile. Was it wrong?
Mm,
Unsuitable?
no, I think you're useless. Um, it's futile to deal with you. Um, yeah, and your pronunciation is good. There are two different pronunciations
Teacher,
to that.
I mean, she's only concerned about her appearance, her privileges. She's being so selfish and superficial.
So vain
Vain,
and
superficial.
yeah, selfish and superficial. Yeah. Okay. Okay. And Julio, how would you respond?
Oh, my love, forget about your sorrow. I will make you a delicious banana bread, and we can lay it by the fire, and I'll rub your feet until all your problems go away.
Lay by the fire and homes go away. And Julieta, how would you respond?
Oh, but you don't understand. They are going to make an alliance with French, and I will not eat baguette for breakfast in the future.
I don't even know how to spell baguettes. Um, all right. And Ana Carolina, how would you respond?
Why not? Would you prefer pancakes?
Julio, how'd you respond?
You are mocking me, woman. Do you think I'm a fool? Well, yes, I am. I was a fool for marrying you, but I'm no fool anymore because today I'm leaving you. I'm off to France and conquer my dream of dancing a cabaret. You can tell that we didn't really pay attention to the reading teacher,
That's okay. Um, Julieta, thank you for remembering that they were going to make an alliance with the French.
right?
Um, I'm going to just stop this here because it's getting absurd. But good. That was really nice. Does anybody have any questions here?
No, it was really funny.
That was very funny. Um, okay. Let's go on to the next page. Uh, I can't do that. All right, let's go here. And whew, Anna Carolina, can you read the comic?
Ah, yes. Was Benedict Arnold just a plain old traitor? Or was he a day traitor, like you did?
Good. Julio, what's this mean? Why is this funny?
Um, so Benedict Arnold was like a classic trader, and he is comparing him with his dad, who seems to be doing something at the stock market,
Hmm.
and pretty much what they do is they use their knowledge and probability to betray people and companies. That, that at least that's what I think it's why it's funny.
Not quite. Um, so you've got most of it. You're missing a small part. Julieta, can you explain?
The boy is thinking that a trader is a traitor.
Oh, I got it. Yeah, finally. It's a word. It's wordplay. How do you say that?
Fun. Or a play on words.
Words.
Yeah, good. And so, yeah, the dad's like, what? Uh, all right, I guess this is good. Kind of trying to think of what we can do. We can do something a little bit more serious. Does anybody have any questions or comments about anything so far? Or do you want to move into something a little bit more serious for the next minute or two?
Mm. Was he like famous? Benedict Arnold?
Yeah. So, what we're gonna look here. Um, his name's like almost synonymous for treason or betrayal. So we'd say it's a byword for treason or betrayal. So in the
Hmm.
U.S., if you say Benedict Arnold, it's just like a straight traitor. It's really funny because there are very few historical figures that are probably as famous as he is. Like unknowingly famous. People just use his word to say traitor. Does that make sense?
Sure, definitely.
Yeah.
Do you think that George Bush's son would be remembering history like a traitor in the
Probably
future?
not. Why?
Well, I don't know. He was a very bellic person. He went to war,
Hmm.
and I think that I believe that he conspired to with all the whole World Trade Center thing to get the army to invade Iraq. So I don't know.
Okay. Well, I guess that's kind of a question for history. Um, I would say probably not, as far as things are concerned now. I think for something of that nature, you have to have like a
Maybe.
really big, definite push right at the beginning. Um, but yeah, you never know.
What about
Time will
Snowden?
tell us. Ooh, uh, probably not. Probably not. I think that will go the other way, but I don't really know. Um, anyways, this is a really good class. I had a lot of fun. I do have to go because I've got another class right after this, so we can talk about camps, summer camps. But anyways, thanks for coming in, and hopefully we'll see you guys again soon.
Thanks,
Thank
Yeshua.
you.